welcome to the Album Man, and today we're going to be talking about Queensryche's new self-titled album, Queensryche. So yes, Queensryche are back. I mean, even though they technically only released an album like a couple of months ago, but we don't like to talk about Frequency Unknown. We mean the proper Queensryche is back. So, this is the first release from this incarnation of Queensryche post the split. And yeah, so this version is fronted by the singer Todd La Torre, and it also includes founding members Eddie Jackson on bass, Michael Wilton on lead and rhythm guitar, and Scott Rockenfield on drums. And then the band also features Parker Lundgren on lead and rhythm guitar. So this version, in my opinion, though clearly not Glenn Drover's, is the real Queensryche, and I definitely do hope they win the court case, as on this album they do the one thing Geoff seemingly can't, and that is not just relying on Providence to sell albums, but they deliver with substance. And the track list will be in the description, as is now going to be a regular thing on my album reviews, so yeah, if you want to see that there. Okay, so let's just get into the meat and potatoes of this. So it kicks off with X2. And yeah, so this starts the very short 35-minute album. It is short, the shortest of their career, in fact. And, well, X2 is an interesting... well, it's not really, it's weird, to say the least. Basically, it features some odd effects, as like a clock ticks and a man says silence, there's bits of guitar thrown in, builds as if like trying to create suspense in a horror film or something. And that's really the best way I can describe it, as being like a segment from a horror film, to be honest, and really it needn't have been counted as a separate song. It's basically just a 1-minute opening to Where Dreams Go to Die, and it is a nice opening, but it shouldn't have been counted as a separate song. It does definitely give the impression that there's more songs than there are, and we'll come to another example of this a bit later down the road. Okay, but Where Dreams Go to Die, I mean, damn, this song starts off so dramatically. I mean, it just has such a big, over-the-top dramatic feel to it, with the chucking bass pinging a nice riff, and before it begins to sound, yeah, very Queensryche, is a voice that sounds eerily like Geoff Tate on Empire, with a unique flair comes in, the voice of Todd La Torre. And yeah, I was sceptical about his voice, but this song just definitely changed my mind, as his voice is quite wonderful on this song, to be honest. Yeah, he really has a really nice vocal range, and yeah, it just suits the music perfectly. And it doesn't quite sound like Geoff. It's like it's clearly inspired by Geoff Tate, but it's not copying it. It's not trying to plagiarise Geoff Tate. It's definitely very unique flair in that, and that's what I like. Yeah, I mean, this song is a hell of a way to start the album, and contains everything dedicated to chaos lacked in one simple song. The pounding drums and thumping bass, the crunchy rhythm and soaring lead, the catchiest of course, is delivered brilliantly. What a start. And then Spore. And this somehow makes the chorus of the song before it almost pale in comparison, as this song takes off like a bloody jet fighter on steroids with a nitro boost as it flies to its breathtaking chorus that, again, it just captures the real essence of Queensryche's brand of almost power metal, you could say. One little gripe I have is that, and this is just a general gripe of the album, is that the songs do feel a little overproduced, and the production reminds me of some over-the-top German power metal band like Iron Savior or something, but it certainly doesn't detract too much from the, good songwriting. And yeah, this song then almost seamlessly changes into In This Light, which again just shows a band who have been completely reinvigorated. It's as if they're all in their 20s, the eye of the tiger coursing through their veins, instead of generally hardened prog metal veterans, or whatever you really want to describe Queensryche. They definitely, cover a few different genres of metal. And yeah, the vigour is just infectious, and this song's definitely another nail in Geoff Tate's Frequency Unknown coffin. Redemption. I could have sworn the album was originally going to be called Redemption, I could have sworn I heard that, but anyhow, this was the single from the album, if I remember, and I do dare say one of the weaker songs on the album. I mean, I liked it when I heard it originally, but I certainly wasn't blown away, and I personally think there is better on the album. I mean, still, it's a great song. The vocals of Todd particularly stand out and drive the song, and yeah, I mean, the solo in particular is very nice, but it doesn't quite have that wow factor the previous few songs did. And then Vindication, this is a nice bass-driven song. Yeah, I mean, damn, Eddie's bass is good in this song, but the rest just doesn't quite deliver as much. I find this song, it feels a little flat, suffers that almost Halloween syndrome in the album, sort of where you open with some classic songs, but then by the middle you end up reusing that formula a little too often. It just feels a tad slow, not too much, but it does feel a tad slow. It just feels like you need something just to break it up a bit. I mean, I don't want to come across as dissing Vindication, it's still a damn solid song, but just a bit of variety. And that's luckily what we get, but when I said break it up a little, I didn't quite mean 55 seconds of a baby crying in an ominous lullaby sound. Yes, this is Midnight Lullaby, one of the other weirdest songs on the album. Yeah, I think they took breaking up a bit to the extremes of Midnight Lullaby. I don't know who requested that song ever, but again, it's another intro song that really shouldn't have been labelled as a separate song on the album. It's not. Okay, it's not a song in its own right. I would never think, I'm just gonna put on Midnight Lullaby. No, I would always listen to A World Without after it. But World Without, though, this is just what the doctor ordered. This is what I meant by break it up a little. It definitely just has that slightly different feel that's just nice and refreshing by this stage in the album. Has giant choruses elevated by synths in the verse, has a gentler, cleaner guitar tone to it, just leading the way. And yeah, I do like this song. Climax is beautifully, lovely jubbly, to be honest. Don't Look Back. And yeah, this brings back the frantic, almost urgent sounding dual guitars, and this is probably the fastest song on the album. I mean, yeah, this song is full of energy. And I can't say I honestly have much to say. It's just a badass chorus, nice riffs, great vocals, just, yeah, a solid song. Fallout. This song, it's pretty short, coming in at less than 3 minutes. It's okay. I mean, he has an okay hook, it feels a little short, not one of the more memorable tracks, a bit like Vindication, just nothing that special about it, really. And then lastly we have Open Road, and this is how you end an album. God damn, it ends it superbly, with some beautiful sounding acoustic guitars, and the production here is just particularly good as it builds nicely. And I particularly like the use of the lead guitar here. Even though it's just very simple playing, it's just so effective. I love this song, without a doubt one of the best on the album. So, overall, while Geoff Tate used a childish cover to show his anguish at Todd's Queensryche, this Queensryche, instead of stooping to Geoff's infantile level, they let the music be their retort, as it quite frankly blows Geoff Tate's Queensryche's Frequency Unknown out of the water. But though, as much as I do like this album, it doesn't stand toe-to-toe, I think, with the classic material. I wouldn't compare this to Empire or Operation Mindcrime or Promised Land any day, to be honest. This isn't as good. And yeah, I mean, the problems are, it's a bit too short, to be honest. It can be just a little too repetitive at times. A couple of the songs do feel a bit stale, and there's just, as I said, too short, there just isn't enough, especially with the two misleading tracks like, X2 Midnight Lullaby. I wonder what they'll be. They're just crappy intros labelled as such to make it look like there's more than 9 songs on the album, because that's all there is. So yes, it's certainly a decent debut for this new incarnation. Yeah, I'm going to give this album a 7.5 out of 10. It's a nice start, and I can't wait to see what Queensryche build out of this. This has been the Album Man. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and as usual, long live rock and roll.